What's up guys, this is Demkeys and I'm here with Glowing Dude.
Hello.
We're working on a game called APv1, the Archangel Prototype.
The story in a nutshell is that a man is pulled from the past into the future to save humanity from an evil organization known as Bog.
To show you the development process of the game, we're going to be posting dev vlogs, hopefully weekly dev vlogs, so stay tuned for more.
Goodbye.
Alright, so far this is the progress that we have. I've been setting up input axes and buttons in the input manager for both the keyboard and Xbox 360 joystick because we are planning to have support for both. I'm not done completely with all the input axes and buttons, but a considerable amount is set up so far. I've also been working on basic character movement. We have basic movement. The character rotates when you move it left or right, when you change the direction. You also have jump functionality. This is really basic functionality. We also have attack functionality, so the player can attack a crate, for example, and it gets destroyed. Let me show you how I implemented the destruction functionality. So we have a custom object class, and within that script I've created an iObject destructible interface. The interface can be placed in just about any script, but I kept it in this script just for the sake of organization. We also have a custom object script monobehavior which implements the iObject destroyable interface, and basically it just destroys whatever game object this custom object script monobehavior is attached to. So how it works is when the player attacks something, the player is going to check if the object that has been attacked implements the iObject destroyable interface, and if it does, then the object can be destroyed. This is great because now we can attach this script to different types of objects and have those objects be destroyed when the player attacks them. I've also been working on a crosshair. This was a little bit tricky because let me see if I can explain this. Well, when you're playing with the keyboard, then you'll be using the mouse to control the crosshair. This is going to be for ranged attack, by the way. When you're using the keyboard, you're going to be using the mouse to control the crosshair, but when you're using the joystick, you're going to be using the right analog stick. Now the difference here is that the right analog stick in the input manager, it works on an axis, so you can either have +1 or -1 on both the X and the Y axes. Now it doesn't work the same way when it comes to mouse movement. In the case of mouse movement, I'm checking for the mouse position, and the mouse position is actually a vector 3. So I had to create a script that would keep the crosshair within the bounds of the camera at all times, and that would also make sure that regardless whether you're using the mouse or the joystick, you'll be able to move the crosshair around. So I'm currently using the joystick. As you can see, I'm able to move it around. It may be a little choppy. It's not the movement is not really smooth. I need to work on that. And this is with the mouse. I don't know if I mentioned this earlier or not, but the reason why I'm using a white square is because I don't have the crosshair sprite so far. I'm waiting for Glow to finish off the crosshair sprite, and then he's gonna hand it over to me. In the meantime, I'm just using placeholder sprites. And the same goes for the player as well. Obviously the player is not gonna look like this. So yeah, I guess that's all I have to show for now. See you guys soon. Okay, so I'm with Glow.
Hello.
Our artist for the game.
Yeah, nice arts.
So what do you have so far?
Well, so far we've done the concepts for 4 of the enemies. You have your spike bot, you have APv.5 ground, APv.5 air, and even the patrol bot. This is the bot you'll be seeing in the first level of the game. Look forward to it. It's going to be awesome. Right here. It's going to be awesome. Right here. Okay. Anyways, yeah, I have no idea what's wrong. Anyways, so here I've done the concept art for 2 of the enemies, being APv.5 air, APv.5 ground. Alright, now over here basically what I was planning to do for this is he'll be having like a sort of mini gun or Gatling gun or something like that, and he uses some kind of jet propulsion to move. And this little thing over here is something that shoots out laser. If you guys can't see, it's just right here. Okay, and this is the front view, this is the back view, of course. And yeah, next we have the APv.5 ground. Well, initially I planned to make him like a samurai like guy, but then I felt I didn't want to, I don't know why. So I just gave him a gun, and as you can see, these are basically cylinders that have wiring inside. That's what I was trying to go for. That's right here. And this is the gun. This is like some kind of a kind of semi-automatic gun, like maybe something like an AK-47, though it's not semi-automatic or whatever. And yeah, that's so far. And plus he even has a laser beam. That's right here. Yeah, that's so far what I've got. Day 2, guys. It's awesome. Let's do this.
Alright, so we forgot to mention this earlier. We do have a couple of more enemies. If I remember right, there's Destroyer. Was it Destroyer bot?
Destroyer tech.
Yeah, that's the technician of the Destroyer. Just a human with some sort of weapon, a crowbar or something. And also a spike bot.
Yeah, that's right here. So basically this I modeled after a donut because I was eating a donut at the time. Donuts are awesome. And yeah. And yeah, this is going to be the core of the robot that, like, when he compresses into a ball, he forms this thing. This being this.
Now these are all concepts, right? So things can change later.
Yeah,
It's not the final version. You have anything else to add?
Well, APv1 itself. So what makes him different from all the other bots, being these two, is that he actually has hands and he's able to kind of levitate in air. Also using jet propulsion to move forward, but mostly if he's like standing still, he's able to levitate using pulse. He releases pulse waves or something like that. That's what I'm picturing. He releases pulse waves that just come out of him like this, that actually help him stay in the air. And of course he has your basic this thing. What do you call the thing that shoots a laser? I forgot to draw that. Oh yeah, in this concept I had a unicorn in mind. Yeah. Anyways, so yeah, he has a basic laser. Then I'm planning to like have him maybe have a gun or something that comes out from here, and many more features are going to be there that are going to be shown in the later vlogs. So yeah, that's about it.
And APv1 will also have the ability to upgrade himself, right?
Yes, actually he won't be upgrading, right? It'll mostly be the main character who will be listening to instructions from APv1, right?
Yeah, we should probably discuss that. We haven't we don't actually have proper details down for that yet. Okay. Okay, so
we are real developers, guys.
Okay, so yeah, that's it.
Yeah, goodbye. Hey guys. Okay, yeah.
Alright, so we are on day 18, right?
Yes.
Yeah, we are on day 18. Glow, what do you have to show us?
Well, so far I've been working on some concepts for D. Should not have said that.
Well, I mean, so far we are calling him D. We don't really have a name yet.
Hey, you guys can make a poll or something, put it in the comments down below. What do you guys think? Right here, what do you guys think? Okay, so anyways, moving on. I've been working on a couple of concepts. Well, I wouldn't call them a couple, but just like 1, 2, 3. And we're trying to mix and match. Let's see what goes well. And yeah, so that's actually about it. I haven't done much other than that.
If you guys have any tips as far as art is concerned, if you have any tips for Glow, post it in the comments down below.
Yeah, that'll help. I'm seriously a noob at this. So next we move on to Spriter.
Okay. Now to show Spriter, I'm gonna set up the phone on the tripod. So we'll be back.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so Glow, take over.
Alright, so currently I'm using Spriter, that's like an animation software. It's a really cool software, but the problem is I'm like a total noob at it. So yes, what I've been working on currently is our run animation, a few other, but I'm just going to show you run, light attack and heavy attack animations. Now bear in mind, this one is in loop, this one actually came out pretty fine, like maybe 1% faster I'll go for. But this is a general run animation. Also, this is a placeholder. This isn't the actual.
Yeah, that's very important to mention. This is not the final animation. These are all placeholder animations. It's just something for us to get started with. The final animation is going to look much better than this.
Yeah.
And this is not what our character looks like.
I mean, you can't even see anything on him. But yeah. So what I've worked on over here is the light attack. If this thing is going to comply with me, yes. Okay. This is the light attack over here. The thing is, there's this weird issue I have with Spriter. It loops regardless of whether I check or uncheck the loop option. So yeah, you'll have to bear with this for a little bit of time. And yeah, this is light attack animation. Then we have a heavy attack animation that's like he charges up and then hits real quick. That's actually about it. There are 2-3 other animations, but let's leave that for another day.
What's up, guys? This is Demkeys, and we are on day 22. A little explanation before I begin. So, we tried our best to make this a weekly vlog, but due to certain circumstances, we weren't able to record. So, hopefully, next week onwards, it's going to be a weekly vlog, or at least we're going to try and make it a weekly vlog. So, yeah, let me show you what I've been working on. I hope I'm able to remember everything properly because there's a lot of stuff. So first of all, as you can see, there is now a level, a simple prototype level. I've added colliders to this so our player can walk around in the level, and there are also doors. These doors are actually functional. There are two types of doors. One type is the door that takes you to another room in the same building, and another is basically an entry exit door, so you can go in and out of buildings. So let's test this out. When you move over to this door and hit the action button, it takes you to the next room, and if you want to go back, then again press the action button when you're at the door. Now the next type of door is an open close door. So if the door is closed, as you can see it is right now, then you won't be able to get through. But when you're at the door, if you hit the action button, the door opens and then you're able to pass through it freely. Once you open it, you can actually close it again, and at that point you'll be locked again, be it inside or outside. Alright, so we decided to set the D-pad down as our action button, and that was a bit of a challenge for me because in Unity, at least for Windows, the Xbox joystick's D-pad buttons are not buttons, they are axes. So you have D-pad X and D-pad Y. Now, given that fact, I actually had to write my own code so that I could set up button press states. Let me see if I can show you the code. Yeah, it's here. So basically, I would check if basically this code checks if the button is currently up, or the button is currently down, or the button was pressed and So let's see that in the inspector over here. When I run the game, you'll see currently the button up checkbox is checked, and when I press the D-pad down, which is the action button, then button down is currently checked. This is similar to get key down. So as long as I'm holding the button, which I still am, button down is going to be checked. But when I press this button, then button press was checked, but that was just for like I think for one frame. That's actually what I needed for these doors, because I can't check button down every frame. Otherwise, for example, if I'm going in and out or switching between rooms, and if button down is checked every frame and button down is true every frame, then the player is just gonna keep switching. So that's the action button. I think we are planning to have D-pad up as the upgrade button. So I think I wrote some code for that as well. Yeah, I've written code for that as well. So I'm able to get the button press state for that as well. You already know about the attack functionality. Things have changed a little bit. We now have light attack and heavy attack, so I've assigned 2 different buttons for that. And we also have a crosshair. If you remember from the previous clip that I had done, there was a white box over here, a white square. Glow worked on this crosshair, and we now also have ranged attack from both the player and APv1. Well, APv1 is just a companion of the player, but yeah. How the shooting functionality is working is, if you look over here, the green and purple sort of cylinders that you see, these are shoot position game objects. They're just empty game objects, and they're attached to a shoot position rotator. Now the shoot position rotator's transform.forward is pointing towards this crosshair, and the shoot position game object is a child of the shoot position rotator game object. Let me select the game object so you can see it. If you look closely over here, you can see the blue arrow and the green arrow, which is the transform.up and transform.forward. So as you can see, the blue arrow rotates, and I'm basically using transform.lookat to set the transform.forward's direction in whatever direction. No, that came out wrong. I'm using transform.lookat to make the shoot position rotator look at this crosshair, and because the shoot position game object is a child of the shoot position rotator and I've placed it properly, so it sort of rotates around an axis. And the same works for APv1's shoot position as well. There's a shoot position rotator over here, and that rotates and it moves the shoot position game object along with it. The result is we're able to get accurate firing. Now APv1 is going to have this kind of a fire rate, and it's going to depend upon which weapon you're firing out of. There's a shoot rate, and I can set a different shoot rate for each weapon. I haven't set up a weapon system yet in the game, but pretty soon I will. And the player is never gonna fire like this, but this is just because I wanted to set up basic shooting functionality. For the player, it's probably gonna be like, you know, a pistol or something like that, so he can shoot 1 or 2 bullets, maybe throw a knife or something like that. What more? Alright, so we have been working on attack combos. I'm not going to reveal all the combos because I don't want to ruin your experience as a player, but I'll show you the first 2 combos that the player is actually given, or probably a third one as well. So how it works is, there's a list over here called attack set, and you can only have button combinations between light attack and heavy attack. So when you press light attack, for example, an item gets added to attack set. and when you press either light attack or heavy attack, a timer starts. That timer will be whatever value, the length of that timer will be whatever value you set over here, melee attack reset. So how it works is, when you press a button, the timer starts. Of course, that button is recorded over here in attack set, and then a timer starts. The timer currently is for half a second. So within half a second, if you press another button, either light or heavy, another button will get added to the list, and then again another timer starts, and then another button gets added if you press within that time. But if you become late, then the timer resets, and so does the attack set. The entire list will be empty. Now at the press of the third button, that is assuming you didn't reset the timer, at the press of the third button, the code will check the button combination and display the button combination over here. So let's try light, 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 and then heavy, heavy, heavy. So as you can see, it shows the button combination there. This is assuming that particular combination is registered within the code. Now you'll notice as I'm firing bullets from either APv1 or from the player, in the hierarchy more and more items are getting added. So I'm going to pause the game real quick and show you one of these bullets. So what happens is, when the bullet collides with anything in the level, let me show you the inspector. Yeah. What happens is, when the bullet collides with anything in the level, first of all, the box collider is disabled. Next, the sprite renderer is disabled. So not only is the bullet not going to be shown, but it's also not going to collide with anything else in the scene. The use of this is that we can, well, yeah, I forgot to mention one more thing. The reason why this is happening is because there's a timer being set. After these components have been disabled, that timer is going to run, and currently this timer is set to 3. So it's going to run for 3 seconds, and after 3 seconds the object will be destroyed. The object is not destroyed instantly. The reason for that is that maybe we might want to play some sort of explosion animation. If it's a laser shot, when the laser collides with something, you might want like sparks to fly out. So that's going to be an animation, and if the object gets destroyed, you can't play the animation. So, well, we can, there are other ways, but if we want to play it on this same object, then this is the best way to do it. So what we can do in the future is add an animator to this game object and not disable the sprite renderer, but rather disable the box collider 2D, and the gravity scale is already set to 0. So we can just play the animation as soon as the collision occurs. Of course, I should mention that instantiating and destroying objects is a very expensive operation. Currently, that's what I'm doing. But in the future, I'm going to set up a bullet object pool, and those objects are going to be used and reused when bullets are required. There won't be any actual instantiating and destroying of bullets. I guess I'll see you guys in the next vlog.
Alright, so you guys know I'm the artist for this project, but I do have a Let's Play channel on YouTube. It's called Glowing Dude, my name of course. And yeah, you guys can check it out right here. It's in the card. Like we'll put a card over, you can check it out over there. And also in the description below. How awesome is that? Anyways, so please check it out.